Hello everybody, Zeth here, and today we're going to be talking about Week 7 tier list. Now, one thing I want to talk about before is I did get some new headphones. They're not the best or anything, of course, but I hope they're better than last time. They could be worse. I don't know. But let's go on. Okay, so we just ended Week 6, so now it's Week 7. Now, this week I got to rank 1,800. That is very good for me. I'm happy with that number. Last week I was 11,000, so that's a big jump for me. And since I just started my account 2 weeks ago, no, I did not whale or anything. But I'm happy with my account and how it's progressing. The units that I'm using are Orlando, Ramza, and Mont. My Ramza is level 89, Orlando is level 99, and Mont is level 60. With these three units, I was able to get to rank 1,800. Sadly, I do not have a picture to show you guys. I will try my best to take one next time. Okay, now, getting into the tier list. But before we get into it, sorry again. If you guys do like these tier lists, please give it a like, give it a comment, and a thumbs up. I do try to reply to every single comment that you guys make because I do want to talk about all the tier lists and you guys do give me ideas. Now, I only have the view of my units. I do have two accounts that I run PvP through just to learn about how the AI works. If you guys see that I am messing up somewhere, please do leave a comment. And the other thing I want you guys to do is leave a comment on any unit that you are scared of in PvP. And I will tell you guys all about that later. So first up, I did get a fan for my phone. So here is my phone. I'm playing World of the Vision. I got a fan for it because the game gets hot. So my phone is always under pressure being too hot. So gotta get a fan, guys. Alright. Finally, tier list time. First up is Shadowlynx. So Shadowlynx, last time I had her into S. I'm going to keep her into S. The thing is that Shadowlynx is great, but the problem is this map is just not meant for her. Yes, it is getting near to the evasion meta, but the problem is that Shadowlynx can jump on the wall, and that is the big problem for her. She does dish out a lot of damage, and she is very fast and all, but the problem is just if you forgot to change her sub job, she's going to jump on the wall, and she's going to be the first one to die because she'll be on the other side next to the opponents. So I'm going to put her into S. A lot of people use her for farming, and if you change your farming job or any of your sub jobs or any of that, right? And also maybe your passive abilities, that's going to affect your PvP too. So be careful on that. If you're using a unit, make sure to change it later on. Otherwise, you could easily be slaughtered in PvP. So due to that reason, I hope they do have a quality of life where they do change that the formation will be separate for each thing and you can't just change sub jobs and it'll affect the other formations. So because of this, she is S. I would like to make her higher, but she's going to be S tier still. Grace, good healer to have. I'm happy, as I said, that my prediction was right. The healers are very powerful in this meta. So they are protected by the wall and their tank. So she's just going to be casting heal all the time. So S tier she still is. Mont, SS tier. And you all know what I said about Mont. Mont, very high HP, very bulky, a lot of thunder units running around. So put Vow of Love, and he does a lot of damage. He won't die easily, and you could easily win PvP fights because of Mont. Where I would like to place Mont is in first position. So if you put him in first position, he does tend to throw a rock, which is his downfall. That is the annoyingest thing. But if you are faster than the opponent, then you can use an ability to boost your TP up, and then the opponent will use rock throw instead. So S tier he is. Y'shtola. So Y'shtola I had last time in SS tier. I'm going to rank her lower this time, and that is because it is so easy to one-shot her. Her HP is incredibly low, and it is so easy to one-shot her. I've seen many people put her into third position, and that is the biggest mistake you can make with her. She is not the fastest unit too, so when she moves, if you have a unit that can hit through the wall, she's just gonna die. And because of that, I'm gonna put her into S tier. Anytime I see a Y'shtola, I know I'm gonna win the fight, because now it's a 2v3. So Y'shtola, you're gonna drop down to S. Etna, or I think that's her name, Etna, Ida, or something. Okay, so last time I had her in B tier, A tier, yes, in A tier. So last time she was A, I'm gonna keep her in A because a lot of 99s running around, and I know that because a lot of people have her TMR. So we're gonna put her into A tier still. She is a counter to Thunder units, so A tier she is. Okay, next up was Eddie. So with Wozet, he is good, and my prediction was right about him. So if you do have him a high level 89, 99, he's pretty good. And the thing is, hunters, any position pretty much on the map, they can just hit right over the wall and they're safe. The one problem with Wozet is that he's so slow. If he was faster, yes, he would be higher in the tier list, but because he's so slow, we're going to keep him in S. And this is only talking about him as a level 89 or 99. A 79 one would probably be A. And also he's a ice element, so we're going to put him into S. Gafgarion. Gafgarion, incredibly high damage. He does counter a lot of the light units. His HP is low, so be careful how you position him. Personally, I would position him in either second slot or first position, depending on who you're using as a tank. He is not the fastest unit. He is not slow, so he can be protected by your tank. I wouldn't use him without a tank. And I would put on maximum damage you can if you have a good, powerful tank. So I would use him as a counter if I see a Thancred or an Engelbert. But you need a tank of your own with Vow of Love. Or, yeah, Vow of Love. Okay, Fire Lady. I do not know her name still, sadly. I have fought her in PvP, and I was way higher level than her, but the person that I was fighting, they were level 79, and one cool thing about her was that she has a sub job with Hunter, which means she can shoot right over the wall. The one problem with her is that she has the move, what is it called? She has a skill, on the ability node that gives her plus 20% Fennis Killer. That is not a good skill to have. So that's what's going to drop her, but she is S tier if you got her to level 99 because Hunter. Hunters are incredibly strong right now in this map. Okay, next up Yerma. Oh, she's supposed to be down here in M. We'll talk about her later. Okay, next up is O. And O is incredible. So let's talk about O, guys. Now with O, evasion meta is almost here. We're just a tad bit closer with Ketone coming out, so O. The guy has a lot of damage. His master ability, he has plus 15 attack and plus 15 evade. 15 plus 15% attack, sorry guys. So he is strong, he's quite fast, he's very evasive. One of the best evasive units in World of the Vision so far. So I'm going to put him into SS tier. And if you guys do not agree with me, of course, leave a comment. But later on, you guys will realize that he does very high damage. He's a Thunder unit, which means you can easily pair him up with Orlandu. And they both have Samurai class. And because he is very high in his evasive stat, he is able to dodge almost all of the attacks. So definitely an SS tier in my opinion right now. Fina, last time we had her into A. I'm going to keep her in A. Good healer to have. Problem is Cheer, another useless skill in PvP. Last time I had this thief in Poop. I'm going to raise him a little bit higher. Evasion meta is coming. It is just a tad bit closer, as I just said. He's fast, not the fastest, I think he has 59 speed, and the other thing about him is he has plus 15 evade, so we're gonna put him in B. I don't think so anyone is running him right now, but if people do have him level 99, we can boost him a little bit, but just wait, later on he'll be more useful. Okay, Dragoon Boy. This is about all Dragoons. They can move close to the wall, and they can just jump on your unit, and they'll be on the other side of the wall, which means they're going to be safe from any attacks, except if the other units can hit through the wall. So we're going to actually place him a little bit higher. We're going to put him in A. I haven't seen any very high levels, and since he's not the fastest unit, he can cast off on you because he will move second, which means you have already moved. Now it's his turn to move. He will cast off, and you will have a delay until your turn. So he's going to be A tier. Okay, next up we have Marguerite. So last time I had her into, I think it was S tier. Let me just quickly take a look. Okay, no, last time, yes, I had her into S tier. I'm going to place her actually lower this time. And that is because I did have someone comment on her. So one thing about her is that she does have Immobilize, which does hinder her abilities and causes her to do some useless skills on the opponent that you don't need. Yes, if you do cast off Immobilize and it does work out for you, that could be a victory for you because now you don't have to get in the face of someone. But because it doesn't have like 100% chance, we're going to have to place her lower because it is hard to cast that off on people. You're going to have to play her very smart. That means you have to research about the other units. So that does require a lot of work because some units do have minus 50% to some of the status abilities. So I'm going to put her in A. Shitsult, we had him in B tier. I'm going to keep him in B tier just like Versatility or whatever his name is. And that is because he has to get in your face and then do damage. So we don't want that in this meta. We want to be a little bit away, and the tank should be taking all of the damage. Okay, same thing with her. Same like Shitsult. Just can't. She has to get in your face. Okay, now I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but I did have a comment on my last video on Ramada. So with Ramada, guys, we are talking about attack, not defense. And this is very important to know. Because we're talking about attack, that means you get to set up your attack party. And your defensive party, you can change up at any time. But for your attack unit, of course you're not going to be fighting any of the thunder units because that would be a counter. That means you're forcing yourself to lose. So if you see a fire unit, yeah, use Ramada. You have the option to do that. But if it's a defensive party, of course she's going to be lower in the tier list. Definitely. She could be even poop tier then. But because we get to choose where we want her attack, so we get to see the opponent's units. So we could place her in A tier. That's why I want to keep her here. And she is the only A tier unit, and that's a water unit. Sorry, let me say that again. She is the only unit that is water that we can actually use right now, except if you're using Zazon, but who uses him in PvP? Last time I had her in S, but because of this, a lot of the Orlandos, yes, they are still running around. So if you do see Orlando, definitely do not use her. But if they have a team of all of the other units that are not Orlando, yeah, she could be S then. But let's put her in A this time, okay? Okay, next up, Ryuk. I had him in S tier. I'm going to keep him in S tier because gunners can't hit through the wall or anything right now. So doing that, we're going to have to keep him in S tier. The tank will move up. He doesn't have a line of sight, which means he has to find the perfect position, and that's not easy in this meta. So we're going to keep him in S. Amazing unit, just not the map for him. Same like Shadowlynx. Shadowlynx, just not the map for her. Next up, King Old's Wife. Good unit, same like Margaret. She uses some useless skills that we do not want to use. So we're going to have to put her in A tier. Good healer to have though. Next up is Nasha. So Nasha, I'm going to put her into S tier. She could be higher if she's level 99. But because she is so slow, we're going to have to put her in S. And she does have the subclass Dragoon, which means that she can hit you from far away rather than throwing a rock like Mont. So that is something going for her, and she is slow. So she could cast off before you getting near her. So Dragoon on her is something to look at, but we're gonna put her in S tier. Okay, guys, now it is time for the URs. And first, we're going to talk about Shadow Links. So with Shadow Links, a new unit, and yes, I have seen her in PvP already. Although not very high level, I've seen level 99s. I don't know if they were geared properly or anything. I don't know if they were maxed out or anything with their orbs and stuff. So because of this, I'm gonna keep her in SS tier, a little bit higher than Shadow Links. But again, you have to be very careful on her passive abilities. Do not get any of the ones that get her to jump higher, because then she's just gonna be slaughtered. And because there's not much movement in this map besides from climbing up the hill, that means that she has to get in your face. She can Anton through the wall, which is awesome. But again, we're just gonna keep her in S. I would put her in the lower half of the S tier. But later on, of course, she's gonna get better and better depending on the map. But in this map, SS tier. Okay, Mediana. Mediana, pretty much the only mage running right now. Y'shtola, people are still running her, but not a good choice to have. Mediana, I'm gonna put her in SS. Incredibly fast. Do not put her into third position. I would put her into first or second. If you put her into first, other units will climb near her, and then she can just use her limit burst. So, not many units running around. So we will talk about something later that I have figured out. But SS, she will be. Federica. Okay. So Federica, I'm gonna put her in SS. We will talk about Federica later. Okay, next up is Eileen. Eileen is a good unit to have in this meta. A lot of Thunder units, a lot of them are very high in the tier list. So we're gonna keep Eileen in SS this time. So with Eileen, if you have her level 99, that means that you can one-shot a lot of the... one second, my game. Alright, I am back. So as I was saying, she can one-shot a lot of the other opponent's units, especially if they're Thunder units, and she does have Nighthawk at level 79, which means that she can hit through the wall. She is very slow, but I think if you do pair her up with some of the agility boosting stats, like in manual PvP you get a UR item that can boost your agility by 6. So I don't know if she can wear that or not, but using accessories like that can boost her agility. It will help her out, and she wouldn't be so slow then. So I would like to place her in SS this time, because the meta is so Thunder based. Ayaka, another unit we will talk about later. Let's put her in S right now. Now Whisper I have not seen in PvP. Not many people are using her, or have her. So one thing about Whisper is, if, my thought on her, I would place her into S tier, and that is because she is a mage tank, not a physical tank. Yes, she does have a lot of resistance to all attack types, but her HP is not that high. Her resistance to magic can be around 50%. That's why she's such a very good mage tank, but kind of a weak physical tank. So we're gonna put her probably into S tier, based on her resistance to magic. And the other thing going for her is that she's not the slowest unit, and she does have some good abilities. I would personally like to use her as a samurai, but because she's not the best unit to have in PvP, she can at least hit you from afar. But that means she's not doing her job as a tank. So we're gonna put her into S tier, but because I do not know any true information about her, we have to put her into unknown, because I haven't seen her yet. That is just my prediction on her. Okay, Thancred. We will talk about him later because he was placed into SSS before. We'll talk about him later. Orlando, same thing. We'll talk about him later. Okay, King Old. I would like to put him into SS tier still. He has Nighthawk, can hit through the wall, he is bulky, and he can take some damage, and pretty much the only viable fire unit besides from this girl. So we're going to keep her into SS. Ishtola can also be used, but I wouldn't use her. Stern! Okay, now Stern is a very strong unit, so fast, and pretty much just like Gafgarion, slightly better in my opinion. He is able to dish out a lot of damage to all of the light units. So we're going to put him into SS. Okay, last time I put Engelbert into SS, and we'll talk about him later too. Yerma. This is one of the units that I am afraid of in PvP. Anytime I see her, I try to avoid her because I can't calculate what she's going to do. I never know. She is able to one-shot my Ramza somehow at level 99, and my Ramza has around 3000 health. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about her. I'm going to put her into SS, and hopefully next week I find out more information about her. On my alt account, I like to fight her, so I hope I get to see more of them. I haven't seen many people using her, but I'm going to put her in SS again this week. I want to get more information about her before I can, actually talk about her. Rob, I'm going to continue to put him into S tier. Yeah, evasion meta is coming and all, but yeah, Rob does do a lot of damage, but do we really need very high damage dealers in PvP? I would rather have a tank and anyone else who can dish out higher damage. Okay, Ramza. We'll talk about him later as well. Mashiri we had in SS. No, we had her in S tier. Yes. So I would like to keep her in S tier. Heals are very powerful, as I said. So she doesn't use a lot of the useless skills like other units. She does keep casting heal. So cool to have on your team. Jiza, I wish I had her for team TMR. She's a decent unit to have. She can use a lot of her abilities that can hit from a little bit far away. So I'm going to put her into SS. I know a lot of the URs are SS, but what can you say, They're all incredible. Okay, last up is Gilgamesh, and we will talk about him now. I did place him into SS, but fighting against a Gilgamesh is not as hard as I thought. So in the other map, he was able to do a lot of damage. He would haste, he would come around, and he would just destroy your whole team. But this time, I'm going to put him into SS tier. He's easily, you can easily one-shot him with Orlando. A lot of people have level 99 Orlando. I'm sorry if you don't, but it is also very easy to one-shot him with other units such as Stern. A lot of people do have Stern as well. Even Gafgarion can one-shot a Gilgamesh. So I'm going to actually place him lower. I haven't seen any level 99 Gilgameshes this time, but knowing that he does have maybe 3000 HP max, I have seen a lot of them with 2200 HP, and it's so easy to one-shot him, so I'm not afraid of him anymore. Okay, now let's talk about some of the units that I said I would talk about. The first one we're going to talk about is Federica. Federica, last time I put her into SS. I'm going to continue, and she's going to stay in SS. Some things that I've learned about her is just like the other hunters, she doesn't have to move. She can just cast with her bow. Make sure you do not get any of the charge skills such as charge and supercharge. Other than that, she can use sharpshoot, and she can just stay in one position and keep shooting you, and she'll be safe. So in PvP, I think she is the most powerful unit that we have in this unit. In this meta. She's safe. How are you going to kill her? So she is SSS. Okay, the next unit is Ayaka. And the second best unit I'm going to place is Ayaka. So Ayaka is very safe. The wall is protecting her, and also the tank is protecting her. And she does incredibly high heals. And this is what I wanted to get to. So just like Mediana, and Ayaka. There aren't many mages running around, which means you don't have to fight any mages. Mostly it's all physical based. That means you can get your faith to 97. I know, that sounds kind of stupid to get your faith to 97, but I have, and I get to choose my fights. Which means, since there are no Medianas running around, and if there are, I can easily one-shot the Mediana with Orlando. Stern can one-shot Mediana. So that takes a mage out of the picture. The only other mage is Y'shtola, one-shottable. Next up is Ayaka. Ayaka is not a damage dealer, so you're safe from magic attacks. Get your faith all the way up, use a healer, and guess what? You're gonna get healed for 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Your tank's never gonna die. So you're safe. So magic is not best in this meta. Yes, if you have seen any units with 97 faith, use your Medianas and anything to take them out, because you will hit them very hard. I get to choose my fights. I have faith. I have Ramza. Ramza heals my Orlando for 2,000. How are you going to kill my team? So later on, of course, this will change, but Ayaka, definitely the second best unit in my opinion. She could even be better in Federica, but I'm going to put her into SSS. Next up is Thancred. Thancred, very good. I'm going to actually drop him down this time. He has Dragon ability, which is good. He will move to the wall, and then he can hit through over the wall, so he will be safe. But then that means he's not doing his job, and his job is to tank. And because he won't be doing his job, we're going to have to actually place him lower. Yes, if you do have Rough Divide, I think we can counter Rough Divide now. So he doesn't usually one-shot all of the level 99s anymore. And since Ramza, Orlando, and a lot of the other tanks are, having very high HP, he can't really one-shot them anymore. So he's going to be SS this time. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Orlando. I like to put him into second position or even third position. I mostly keep him in third position, so I'm gonna actually place him in SSS tier. We all knew he would be. He can hit through the wall. He can one-shot a lot of the units. So definitely SSS tier, same like last week. Right now there isn't a real counter to Orlando. Only counter to him is high HP. Yes, I know people are going to say Mont, but other units also are going to have Vow of Love on them, so it's going to be tank versus tank, while Orlando is dishing out very high damage, and his auto is incredible. He does very high auto damage. So what I mean about auto is that his basic attack, not using ability, does very high damage. So definitely SSS tier. Engelbert. So with Engelbert, I'm going to place him higher. He's hard to kill. And because in this meta not many mages are around, we got to place him higher. So if I had an Engelbert, I would definitely have him with 97 faith or 80-ish. So he can't get one-shotted by Mediana or anyone like that. So definitely an SSS tier. I have to place him higher. He's very hard to kill. Okay, next up, we didn't talk about Monty. He was SSS tier last time. I want to actually place him lower. Yes, he's an incredible tank to have. He is a counter to Orlando, but we have to place him lower. The only one thing going for him is if you have movement before the other unit, the other tank, you can put him in SS. But if you're moving after him, I'm going to put him in S. We have to put him in SS, guys. That is still incredible. All of these units are viable. You can use them. They're incredibly strong. You can easily win fights with just O. Okay, next up is Ramza. I had him SSS tier. I'm going to put him lower this time. I did make a mistake saying that he can hit through the wall. He cannot hit through the wall with Shimmering Blade, which means he has to actually move closer to the wall, which means he can be countered by Stern or anyone else. So he can use Anton through the wall. So we have to place him in SS. Now one thing about my Ramza is he is 97 faith, my Orlando is 97 faith, my Monte is 97 faith. So he can heal my team for 2,000 pretty much, which means my team is not going to die easily. And he keeps buffing them with Shout, so he's incredibly strong. I would actually place him just near SS tier, so I'd probably put him in best position SS. There are units that can probably be better than him in SS, but my Ramsey does the job. Okay, and let me just see if I missed anyone. And I think this tier list is looking better than last week. Some mistakes I may have made. Next week I will try to fix it, edit, and all of that. So this is the tier list, guys. Again, if you liked the video, comment, like, subscribe, and please tell me what unit you are afraid of. Now, I am going to talk about the units that I am very scared of. Anytime I see them, I don't want to fight them. I skip the matches every single time. First one is Yerma. Okay, I'm just going to place him here for a second. So, Yerma is hard to fight. I can't predict her movement. Yes, she does rush at you and everything, but she's also kind of bulky, and she does very high damage, and she's fast, so I don't know how to kill her. Next up is Stern. Stern is easy to kill. The problem is, if they have Vow of Love, you don't know what's going to happen. If you can't one-shot their tank, Stern can actually one-shot you. So if you have Orlando and Stern, it's hard to kill them. So these are the two units that I am afraid of in PvP. I avoid them right now. So I'm going to put them back. Please tell me. Alright guys, so this is the tier list. I will see you all in week 8. And that will be on Monday. I will try to make probably another video about, I don't know, PvP. Talking about how PvP works. So see you all later, guys. Bye-bye.